One way of reducing the impact of climate change is through renewable energy. But how difficult is it to go this way in this part of the world? We'll be speaking to some stakeholders on this episode of News Connect on City TV. My name is Kojo Achman. Stay tuned.
It's not difficult to do renewable energy in this part of the country. It depends on what you mean. I guess you are talking about solar energy.
Solar, yes, and then wind.
Solar energy, one may say that, yes, we have a lot of sun and we should have solar energy everywhere. It's possible. It depends on what you want to do with it. It's just about lighting your house, refrigerators, and the usual things that you have at home. It's relatively easy. But then, if you want to develop your industries, let's say as we want to do with our bauxite, integrated bauxite, aluminium industry, iron and steel industry, of course, then you need another form of solar energy. There are various types. For example, with solar panels and a storage facility, or we can use parabolic mirrors that will heat up something in the solar tower, and then we will have another form of storage system where the energy you generate in the day will be stored in some molten salt in a tank somewhere, and in the night that energy is released to generate steam to run turbines during the night. I mean, these are all forms of solar energy by the cost. So it is possible to do everything if you have the resources and if you have the investors who are prepared to invest. So these are all areas we are looking into. Simple upgrade systems for household, for hospitals, for industry, and then the big ones, as I've said, for heavy industry. There are examples here. You go to Morocco, you go to America, even in the Middle East, one country has it. So it's possible.
So how difficult is it as a country to, go the renewable energy way?
It is not really difficult. It's just a matter of agreeing to it. If you come to agreement and then you know the difference. For instance, like I was saying, solar energy, for instance, we get enough energy in the day, solar in the day, and then in the night we use it to even get this street light going on. It's go a long way to reduce our national income and many others. Yes.
So you think as a country we are on the steps to making that move, or there's more to do?
Well, for me, there are lots of renewable energy projects coming in from many countries to Ghana. For instance, like I said, one being sponsored by the German Ministry of Education through WASCAL. And of course, Ghana should be able to adopt all these various the renewable energy projects coming in. Why not? We can go the renewable way. Thank you.
And what do you think are some of the things that will draw us back as a country in our quest to go the renewable energy way?
One, I don't think there should be a problem. The reason being that this is an Africa full of sun day in, day out. So, of course, it shouldn't be something that we shouldn't go for.
You always have to go to the basics. If you don't know the extent of the problem, you can never solve the problem. We have not done sufficient research to understand the real ramifications of climate change on agriculture. We have not done the research sufficient research on the type of breeds of both plants and animals that can survive climate change. We have not looked at the value chains and the market chains which would empower farmers to go into climate-sensitive crops. Because it doesn't matter if I'm growing millet in great amount, but if nobody's going to buy my millet, what's the point? Now, a prediction was done back in 2000 about what is going to happen to cocoa. The current trend is that by 2080, we cannot grow cocoa as a commercial crop the way it is being grown now because of changes in temperature, rainfall patterns. We need to be planning towards this now. Now, I do appreciate and understand the point made by your agronomist contributor that is affecting our exports. But I would say we should go closer to home. It is affecting our food production. It's affecting our food security for our own people. As you know, Ghana is a net importer of food. We import rice, we import tomato, we import watermelon, we import tilapia, we import everything. If a country is not self-sufficient in its food, then we have a problem.
The reality is that the concept of solar is relatively new in Ghana. You realize that for a very long time, we're used to the electricity we have from Akosombo. Even though God has given us a lot of sunlight, but we are unable to tap this sunlight into solar. So recent activities in that regard is highly welcome. The difficulties are also because the initial cost of having solar is very high, to be honest. Buying the batteries, buying the installations, buying the machinery is really high. So the initial cost deter a lot of people from having it. Fortunately, we're having some of our members who are concentrating on low-cost solar to supply SMEs and things like that. And we believe that if that is taken very highly, will be the way to go. And we always don't miss the opportunity to also encourage government to make sure that government policies allow for subsidized cost of battery and these things to support the whole renewable energy conversation.
You need to put this in the context of two areas. One is that in terms of contribution to the driving forces of climate change, Ghana is a small player. We don't produce that amount of greenhouse gases. We don't have an industrial base that is contributing to all of these things. Our transport infrastructure is not that great and so on. So when you look at what Ghana has done to create the problem, we haven't done very much. But as they say, little drops of water make a mighty ocean. So it doesn't matter how small we respond, that response can make a difference. Unfortunately, we haven't done much. We've actually moved away from being a carbon sink, that is, we absorb more carbon in our what do you call it, to being a net carbon emitter because of the degree of land degradation and deforestation that has taken place, tied to Galamsey, but also tied to the urbanization, charcoal, fuel wood, and so forth. It's a complicated thing, but the reality is that we have not done enough.
To be honest, we engage government on periodic basis on these matters. Government has always renewed their commitment to support drives on renewable energy, etc. So we are fully appreciative of that. We're only saying that we believe government should be doing more than what they are currently doing. We think that renewable energy, especially solar, should become a national deliberate policy that supports SMEs. In fact, incentivize SMEs to move to use solar.
That will be all for this episode of News Connect on City TV. My name is Kocho Achman. Keep watching City TV.